Hi everyone, I'm Verawak, and today I'm watching Casablanca. So this is the winner of my joint Patreon and YouTube romance poll. It won by quite handily. And so before I made this poll, I didn't know Casablanca was a romance, so now I know. I do know it's been mentioned a lot, so many people refer to it, but I don't know anything about it. So in When Harry Met Sally, I believe they reference it's either Casablanca or Gone with the Wind. I don't know which one, but I feel like Casablanca's probably been referenced a lot in movies and pop culture, so there might be some things from that movie that I know. Well, I hope you're ready. Let's check it out.
Not everybody could get to Lisbon directly, and so a tortuous, roundabout refugee trail sprang up.
Okay, got it.
And from Lisbon to the New World, the others wait in Casablanca.
Two German couriers murdered on train from Oran. Murderer and possible accomplices headed for Casablanca.
This is war. Run! Gotcha, bub. Round him. Wow, that's a lot.
These papers expired 3 weeks ago. You'll have to come along.
Oh no. Dying in older movies is very dramatic.
This place is full of vultures, vultures everywhere.
How silly of me.
Yoink!
I want it in the hotel.
Oh, what a sneaky guy.
Perhaps tomorrow we'll be on the plane.
Perhaps. It's a pretty tiny plane, though. How many people can you carry?
Whether be the murder of the couriers, what has been done?
Yeah.
Is he in custody? Oh, there's no hurry. Tonight he'll be at Rick's. Everybody comes to Rick's.
So they already know who's done it.
And finally found somebody who...
I don't know who Humphrey Bogart is. We may have seen him already, and I just don't know.
Waiter,
Yes, madam.
will you ask Rick if he'll have a drink with us?
Madam, he never drinks with customers.
Oh, he's playing by himself? Wonder who will win.
Your cash is good at the bar.
What? Do you know who I am?
I do. You're lucky the bar's open to you.
Don't you know who I am?
Too bad about those two German couriers.
Yesterday there were just two German clerks. Today they're honored dead.
You despise me, don't you?
Hell, if I gave you any thought, I probably would.
But think of all those poor refugees who must rot in this place if I didn't help them.
Oh.
Well, Rick, after tonight I'll be through with the whole business, and I'm leaving finally this
It was a bribe for your visa.
myself.
Bribed myself.
Found
Good.
myself much more reasonable.
Wow.
Letters of transit signed by General Wegon. Tonight I'll be selling those for more money than even I have ever dreamed of, and then adio Casablanca.
We'll see how that goes.
But somehow, just because you despise me, you are the only one I trust. Please, for me, please.
For how long?
Perhaps an hour, perhaps a little longer.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to be stuck with it.
Yeah, I heard a rumor those two German couriers were carrying letters of transit.
Oh,
Poor devils.
I'm assuming dude in the white coat is Humphrey Bogart. He seems pretty important.
Just knock on wood. Who's unlucky?
Oh. It's all sneaky, sneaky. I like it.
How's business at the Blue Parrot?
Fine, but I'd like to buy your cafe.
It's not for sale.
What do you want for Sam?
I don't buy or sell human beings.
Good, good.
Oh, I like it fine, yeah.
You'll double what I pay you.
Yeah, but I ain't got time to spend the money I make here.
Oh. He gets paid very well. That's good.
Because, Yvonne, I love you.
Oh, shut up.
Some Germans, boom, 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 gave his check.
Where were you last night?
That's so long ago, I don't remember.
Oh,
Will
are
I see
they
you tonight?
I never make plans that far ahead.
that far ahead?
Take your hands off
Well,
me.
you're going home. You've had a little too much to drink.
Very important man.
Hello, Rick.
Oh, Louis?
How extravagant you are, throwing away women like that. I've often speculated on why you don't return to America. Did you abscond with the church funds? Did you run off with the senator's wife? I like to think that you killed a man.
Just making rumors.
What in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
For the waters.
We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
We're going to make an arrest in your cafe. A murderer, no less. If you're thinking of warning him, don't put yourself out.
I'd stick my neck out for nobody.
Who's the killer? The dude he talked to? As long as no one gets
Rick,
killed,
we have
right?
an important guest here tonight. Major Strasser of the Third Reich, no less.
Shadows. Nice.
I wanted to give you a word of advice.
Yeah? Yeah, Brandy?
Thank you.
I like how they're the different sets.
You will offer a fortune to anyone who'll furnish him with an exit visa.
Well, what's his name?
Victor Laszlo.
Victor Laszlo.
Rick, that is the first time I've ever seen you so impressed.
Okay.
Laszlo must never reach America.
It'll be interesting to see how he manages.
Manages what?
His escape? Escaped from a concentration camp. The Nazis have been chasing him all over Europe.
He'll escape from here.
20,000 francs. Says it isn't.
Is that a serious offer?
I just paid out 20. I'd like to get it back.
Make it 10. I'm only a poor, corrupt official.
At least he's honest.
He still needs an exit visa. Or I should say 2. He is traveling with a lady.
Take one.
I think not. I've seen the lady. He certainly won't leave her in Casablanca.
Louis, whatever gave you the impression that I might be interested in helping Laszlo escape?
Because, my dear Ricky, I suspect that under that cynical shell, you're at heart a sentimentalist. Take him quietly. 2 guards at every door.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they're getting ready.
In a few minutes, you'll see the arrest of the man who murdered your couriers.
I expected no less, Captain.
Monsieur Ugapi.
Yeah, that dude.
Will you please come with us?
May I first please case my chips?
Time to ditch. No way of leaving. Oh! It's very interesting indeed.
Do something! You must help me, Rick! Do something! Excellent, Captain.
Oh, well,
I hope you'll be more of a help.
I'd stick my neck out for nobody.
just you wait.
How do you do?
And you already know Herr Heinz of the Third Reich?
Oh, he looks so joyful.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? What is your nationality?
I'm a drunkard.
Are you one of those people who cannot imagine the Germans and their beloved Paris?
Can you imagine us in London?
When you get there, ask me.
Who do you think will win the war?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Rick is completely neutral about everything.
Oh, good.
You are not always so carefully neutral. We have a complete dossier on you.
I mean, he does everything to appease people, right?
We also know what you did in Paris, Mr. Blaine, and also we know why you left Paris.
Well, my interest in whether Victor Laszlo stays or goes is purely a sporting one.
Nice little bet going on.
I reserve the table. Victor Laszlo.
Oh, that's the dude. Oh. Is he gonna escape? By her beauty or...
I feel somehow we shouldn't stay here.
Yes? I am Captain Renault, Prefect of Police.
Yes, what is it you want?
Merely to welcome you to Casablanca and to wish you a pleasant stay.
Mm-hmm.
May I present Miss Ilzerant? I was informed you were the most beautiful woman ever to visit Casablanca.
Okay.
You're very kind.
It was her beauty that distracted the Sam.
The boy who's playing the piano, somewhere I've seen him.
He came from Paris with Rick.
Rick, who's he?
Well, mademoiselle, he's the kind of man that, well, if I were a woman and I were not around...
You see, Major Strasser, I'm a Czechoslovakian.
You were a Czechoslovakian. Now you are a subject of the German Reich.
Uh-oh.
This is hardly the time or the place.
Then we shall state another time and another place to...
Is it you or all...
let us say it is my request. That is a much more pleasant word.
Of course.
I must find out what Berger knows.
Be careful.
Feels like all eyes are on them. 1, because of her beauty. 2, because of who Laszlo is.
Ugarte cannot even help himself, monsieur. He's under arrest for murder. He was arrested here tonight.
You just missed him.
I never expect to see you again.
Okay. They know each other.
Been a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of the old songs, Sam.
Yes, ma'am.
Does he move the whole piano with him? Because she asked if he could come see her.
Leave him alone, Miss Elsa. You bad luck to him.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
Oh, I can't remember it, Miss Elsa. I'm a little rusty on it.
Oh, I remember it now.
You must remember this.
I love how they all have history. What are you doing singing that?
Sam, I thought I told you never to play.
Uh-oh. Oh, he does move the whole piano. Okay.
Oh, you've already met Rick, mademoiselle. Well, then perhaps you also...
This is Mr. Laszlo.
Well, he has a great deal about Rick in Casablanca. Won't you join us for a drink?
Oh, no, Rick.
Oh, he will.
I can't get over you two. She was asking about you earlier, Rick, in a way that made me extremely jealous. Ricky, you're becoming quite human. I suppose we have to thank you for that, mademoiselle.
Well, it's late.
So it is. And we have a curfew here in Casablanca.
Oh, really?
We found drinking after hours and have to fine himself.
I hope he...
So intense.
There's still nobody in the world who can play as time goes by like Sam.
He hasn't played it in a long time.
Because time went by.
Good night.
Right?
He's breaking he's so different when she's there. I thought they were talking about the escape from the cafe, but clearly not because he just walked out. And I guess if you own the cafe, you could drink whatever you want.
Please, boss, let's go. Ain't nothing but trouble for you here.
Coming back. I know she's coming back.
Oh my God. Oh no.
We'll go fishing and stay away until she's
Shut
gone.
up and go home, will you?
No, sir. I'm staying right here.
Oh, what a good friend.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
I feel like this line I've heard before many times.
What's that you're playing?
Oh, just a little something on my own.
Oh, stop it. You know what I want to hear.
Oh, as time goes by. He's insanely affected by seeing her. Oh. Flashback? Oh, good. Oh, the good old days. What happened? Oh, they're so happy. He's happy. He's not a grumpalump.
What were you before?
We said no questions.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Here's looking at you, kid. I
I know this line! Okay. I feel like there's gonna be so many lines from this that I've heard before. Here's looking at you, kid. I thought that line was meant for an actual kid.
Well, I'm so lucky. Why I should find you waiting for me to come along.
Why there is no other man in my life?
Uh-huh.
That's easy. There was.
Oh,
He's dead.
damn.
I forgot we said no questions.
Only one answer can take care of all our questions.
So they don't really know each other that much if they have no questions. Seems like such an odd thing to do. Especially when it comes to divided interests, like in war, you never know who's on what side.
It's still the same old story.
Hey, Sam.
Here's looking at you, kid.
He's looking at you, kid.
They say they expect to be in Paris tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
They're telling us how to act when they come marching in.
Time to leave.
With the whole world crumbling, we pick this time to fall in love. Is that cannon fire, or is it my heart pounding? You must leave Paris.
No. We must leave.
Yes, of course.
I'll pick you up at your hotel at 4:30.
No, not at my hotel.
I don't know.
Wherever they put you, and wherever I'll be, I want you to know.
Oh, damn it. I don't know what she's... I need to know more about her.
Kiss me as if it were the last time.
Oh, because...
Where is she? Have you seen her?
No, Mr. Richard, I can't find her. She checked out of the hotel, but this note came just after you left.
No. Can I go with you or ever see you again? You must not ask why. Just believe that I love you. Go, my darling. And oh my gosh, what? I need to ask why. You can see the moment that his heart breaks. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no.
Why did you have to come to Casablanca? There are other places.
I wouldn't have come if I'd known that you were here.
Oh,
Richard, dear, I'll go with you any place.
Oh.
Can I tell you a story, Rick?
Yes.
It's about a girl who had just come to Paris from her home in Oslo. She met a man about whom she had heard her whole life.
I've heard a lot of stories in my time. They went along with the sound of a tinny piano.
Oh.
Mister, I met a man once when I was a kid.
Well, I guess neither one of our stories is very funny.
Not funny at all.
Who was it you left me for? Was it Laszlo, or were there others in between?
I want answers! Just destroyed. I hope we eventually find out.
I'm delighted to see you both. Did you have a good night's rest?
I slept very well.
That's strange. Nobody is supposed to sleep well in Casablanca.
You're an escaped prisoner of the Reich. So far, you have been fortunate enough in eluding us. It is my duty to see that you stay in Casablanca.
Well, perhaps I shall like it in Casablanca.
And mademoiselle?
You needn't be concerned about me.
Is it all you wish to tell us?
Don't be in such a hurry. You have all the time in the world.
This is so weird.
Or you may leave for Lisbon tomorrow on one condition. You know the leader of the underground movement in Paris.
Oh, he's not going to give that away.
If you will furnish me with their names and their exact whereabouts, you will have your visa in the morning.
I was in a German concentration camp for a year. It's honor enough for a lifetime. If I didn't give them to you in a concentration camp, I certainly won't give them to you now. You won't dare to interfere with me here. This is still unoccupied France.
Oh.
May I speak to him now?
You would find the conversation a trifle one-sided.
Oh.
Senor, you...
No, he's dead. Oh.
I'm making out the report now. We haven't quite decided whether he committed suicide or died trying to escape.
Uh-huh.
Undoubtedly, their next step will be to the black market.
Okay, so they can't just stop him.
Hello, Ferrari.
Oh, hello.
Every time you send my shipment over, it's always just a little bit short.
Carrying charges, my boy, carrying charges.
Of course.
There's something I want to talk over with you, anyhow.
Okay.
You're a fat hypocrite. You don't feel any sorrier for Ugarte than I do.
What upsets me is the fact that Ugarte is dead. No one knows where those letters of transit are. I have a proposition for whoever has those letters.
Oh, yeah?
Rick, I'll put my cards on the table. I think you know where those letters are. Rick, don't be a fool. Take me into your confidence. You need a partner.
Excuse me, I'll be getting back.
Let's just go chat.
Senor Ferrari's the fat gent at the table.
What did you know? Oh.
The lady's a friend of Rick's. For friends of Rick's, we have a small discount. Did I say 700 francs? You can have it for 200.
That's a small discount?
For special friends of Rick's, we have a special discount of 100 francs.
The Rick I knew in Paris, I could tell him he'd understand. But the one who looked at me with such hatred, I'll be leaving Casablanca soon and we'll never see each other again.
We'll see about that.
Did you run out on me because you couldn't take it, because you knew what it would be like?
You can believe that if you want to.
Oh my God, just...
All the same, someday you'll lie to Laszlo.
Oh.
No, you see, Victor Laszlo is my husband.
Oh?
Even when I knew you in Paris.
Oh? Okay, I was not expecting that.
Senor Ferrari thinks it might just be possible to get the next visa for you.
You mean for me to go on alone?
I'll stay here and keep on trying.
It would take a miracle to get you out of Casablanca, and the Germans have outlawed miracles.
If I had to stay and there were only visa for one, would you take it?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
And when I was sick in Marseille and held you up for 2 weeks and you were in danger every minute of the time, why didn't you leave me then?
I meant to, but something always held me up.
All right, of course.
For present, we'll go on looking for 2 exit visas. Thank you very much.
You know that you're being shadowed?
Of course.
Well, yeah, of course.
Have you heard about Senor Ugarte and the letters of transit?
Yes, something.
Those letters were not found on Ugarte when they arrested him. I'll venture to guess that Ugarte left those letters with Monsieur Rick.
Oh, really?
One never knows what he'll do or why, but it is worth a chance.
Oh, damn.
Thank you for your coffee, senor. I shall miss that when we leave Casablanca.
All right. So she's like the most beautiful person anyone's ever seen, and so everyone's like, oh my God, I'm just so lucky to have been around you. Or else she's got to go back to Rick's now.
Have you got those letters of transit?
Louis, are you pro-Vichy or free French?
Serves me right for asking a direct question.
What did you say?
Would you kindly repeat it?
What I said is none of your business.
Uh-oh. Oh, ow! Damn it.
Either lay off politics or get out.
You listen to Rick.
Captain, are you entirely certain which side you're on?
I have no conviction. I blow with the wind, and the prevailing wind happens to be from Vichy.
And if it should change?
Then he'll change.
What watch? 10 watts. Such much?
Very good.
What kind of a man is Captain Renault? Is he trustworthy?
Oh, just a minute. Who told you to ask me that?
Captain Renault.
The trap.
Where's your husband?
At the roulette table. Trying to win enough for our exit visas.
How long have you been married?
8 weeks.
Oh, that's it?
If someone loved you so that your happiness was the only thing that she wanted, and she did a bad thing to make certain of it.
Nobody ever loved me that much.
And the girl kept this bad thing locked in her heart.
Do you want my advice?
Oh, no.
In many ways, I am so much older than he is.
Okay. Don't speak about romance or heartbreaks or relationships with him.
Good evening. You see, here we are again. I take that as a great compliment to Sam.
Could we have a table close to him?
Done. Easy.
I'll have Sam play As Time Goes By. I believe that's your favorite tune.
Oh, gosh. Oh, things are so dicey.
Leave it there.
Maintenant, les jeux, mesdames et messieurs, les...
Uh-oh.
22, noir, pair et part.
Cash it in and don't come back.
Maintenant, les jeux, mesdames et messieurs, les...
Yeah,
Just a lucky guy.
Oh, very lucky.
Come to my office in the morning. We'll do everything businesslike. We'll be there at 6. I'll be there at 10.
Okay.
Still, it's very strange that you won.
Very
Well,
strange.
Maybe not so strange.
Oh.
But I'll be in tomorrow night with a breathtaking blonde, and it'll make me very happy if she loses.
Oh, damn.
You must know it's very important I get off Casablanca.
Oh, no.
My friends in the underground tell me that you've quite a record. You ran guns to Ethiopia. You fought against the fascists in Spain.
My friend, you could make it 1,000,000 francs or 3. My answer would still be the same.
There must be some reason why you won't let me have them.
I suggested you ask your wife.
Oh.
Play La Marseillaise. Play it.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. It's just like noise. Oh my god, they lost. I mean, I will say that guy's pretty brave. I feel like he could be killed at any second, but I guess not.
If Laszlo's presence in the cafe can inspire this unfortunate demonstration, what more will his presence in Casablanca bring on? I advise that this place be shut up at once.
What?
The place is to be closed.
But I've no excuse to close it.
Find one.
Oh, crap.
This cafe is closed until further notice. Clear the room at once.
With no
On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
This morning you implied it was not safe for him to leave Casablanca.
That is also true, except for one destination, to return to occupied France.
That's not gonna happen.
My dear mademoiselle, perhaps you have already observed that in Casablanca, human life is cheap.
Oh, this means war.
What happened with Rick?
We'll discuss it later.
I hope we're there for it. Okay, good. Good. Getting information.
Victor, please don't go to the underground meeting tonight.
I must.
Oh,
Victor, why don't you tell me about Rick? What did you find out?
he's so curious.
He suggested I ask you. Ask your wife. I don't know why he said that.
Time for some honesty, please. Oh no, he's leaving. Oh. Oh, okay.
I'll be going in a few minutes.
She needs to go see Rick.
Were you lonely in Paris?
Yes, Victor, I was.
I know how it is to be lonely.
However, so she met Rick when he was in the concentration camps?
Victor, whatever I do, will you believe that
You don't even have to say it. Good night, dear.
Time to go see Rick. Oh boy. Still weird that they can't just like have an accident happen and he dies. Oh, he's walking right by where his faithful friend is. I thought he'd be a bit sneakier. All right, let's go. Hello, Rick. Let's have this talk.
Seems as long as I have those letters, I'll never be lonely.
Oh no.
I know how you feel about me, but I'm asking you to put your feelings aside for something more important.
I'm not fighting for anything anymore except myself. I'm the only cause I'm interested in.
Oh, man, he's changed so much.
If those days meant anything at all to me.
I wouldn't bring up Paris if I were you. It's poor salesmanship.
Yeah.
You knew what really happened. If you only knew the truth.
I wouldn't believe you no matter what you told me.
Tell him, try it.
There's so much at stake, all you can think of is your own feeling. One woman has hurt you and you take your revenge on the rest of the world. You're a coward and weakling. I'm sorry, but you are our last hope, as Victor Laszlo will die in Casablanca.
What of it?
Oh.
Now, if you...
All right.
What?
Put them on the table.
No. If Laszlo and the cause mean so much to you, you won't stop at anything. All right, I'll make it easier for you. Go ahead and shoot. You'll be doing me a favor.
Poor guy.
I thought I would never see you again, that you are out of my life.
Oh no, this is not good.
The day you left Paris, if you knew how much I loved you, how much I still love you.
This is tough.
They needed him in Prague, but the Gestapo were waiting for him. Just a 2-line item in the paper. Victor Laszlo apprehended, sent to concentration camp.
Yeah, okay.
For months I tried to get word. He was dead, shot, trying to escape.
Oh, okay. 5 different places. 5 times.
Then I met you.
Why weren't you honest with me? Why did you keep your marriage a secret?
Victor wanted it that way. Not even our closest friends knew about our marriage.
Oh. Yeah, I'd keep her safe.
And when did you first find out he was alive?
Just before you and I were to leave Paris together.
Damn.
I knew you wouldn't have left Paris and the Gestapo would have caught you, so I...
Always doing stuff to help others.
Still a story without an ending.
What will it be?
I know that I'll never have the strength to leave you again.
Oh, great.
You'll help him now, Richard, won't you? You'll see that he gets out.
By himself.
I can't fight it anymore. I ran away from you once. I can't do it again.
These are impossible situations.
You have to think for both of us.
Oh.
For all of us.
No pressure. That's okay.
All right. I will. Who's looking at you, kid?
Damn it, I was gonna say that and I didn't want to ruin the moment.
I think we lost them.
Yes. I'm afraid to caught some of the others.
Damn it. You gotta leave now.
Come, Mr. Laszlo.
Oh, no.
I will help you immediately.
What's going on down here?
The police break up our meeting, Eric.
I want you to take Miss Lund home.
Oh, he's deciding. You can have the papers, but you have to leave now.
I just sometimes wonder if it's worth all this.
We might as well question why we breathe. I wonder if you know that you're trying to escape from yourself. I know a good deal more about you than you suspect. I know, for instance, that you're in love with a woman. That we both should be in love with the same woman. I knew there was something between you and Ilse.
It was pretty obvious.
I ask only one thing. You won't give me the letters of transit. All right, but I want my wife to be safe. To use the letters to take her away from Casablanca.
You love her that much?
Yes, I love her that much.
Oh no.
You'll come with us. We have a warrant for your arrest.
On what charge?
Captain Renault will discuss that with you later.
Is he going to America with Ilsa?
You haven't any actual proof, and you know it.
By any chance you were to help him to escape?
What makes you think I'd stick my neck out for Laszlo?
One, you bet 10,000 francs.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yes, I have the letters. I intend using them myself. I'm taking a friend with me, Ilse Lund. That ought to put your mind to rest about my helping Laszlo. It's the last man I want to see in America.
Oh. Oh.
Why are you still interested in what happens to Laszlo?
Oh.
I am interested in what happens to Ilse and me. We have a legal right to go, that's true, but people have been held in Casablanca in spite of their legal rights. He probably knows things that Strasser would like to know. Louis, I'll make a deal with you.
Oh, no.
I'll arrange to have Laszlo come there, and that'll give you the criminal grounds on which to make the arrest. You get him, and we get away.
There's still something about this business I don't quite understand.
Oh, I don't know what he's planning.
Ricky, I'm going to miss you. Apparently, you're the only one in Casablanca who has even less scruples than I.
Thanks.
Let's see.
And by the way, call off your watchdogs when you let them go. I don't want them around this afternoon. I'm taking no chances, Louis, not even with you.
Oh, he's gonna pull a fast one, isn't he? Perfect timing, huh? Calm your horses. I love the use of shadows.
Tell me, when we searched the place, where were they?
Sam's piano.
Serves me right for not being musical.
He didn't move them at all? Nice.
We'll tell him at the airport. The less time to think, the easier for all of us. Please trust me.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, I will.
I don't know.
I've got the letters right here, all made out in blank. All you have to do is fill in the signatures.
Victor Laszlo, you're under arrest. Oh, you're surprised about my friend Ricky. The explanation is quite simple. Love, it seems, has triumphed over virtue. Thank you.
Knew it.
You've taken leave of your senses.
I have. Sit down over there.
Put that gun down.
Louis, I wouldn't like to shoot you, but I will.
He would do it.
You call the airport and let me hear you tell them. And remember, this gun is pointed right at your heart.
That is my least vulnerable spot.
Because it's already dead.
There were 2 letters of transit for the Lisbon plane. There's to be no trouble about them. Good.
Did you pick up what he's putting down?
Louis, have your man go with Mr. Laszlo and take care of his luggage.
Certainly, Rick. Anything you say.
The names are Mr. and Mrs. Victor Laszlo.
Why my name, Richard?
Because you're getting on that plane.
And what about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away.
Oh.
You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since.
And he's...
You're getting on that plane with Victor where you belong.
But Richard, no one.
Now, you've got to listen to me. 9 chances out of 10, we'd both wind up at a concentration camp. Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. We'll always have Paris. We didn't have. We lost it until you came to Casablanca.
I said I would never leave you.
And you never will. Where I'm going, you can't follow. What I've got to do, you can't be any part of. Someday you'll understand that.
Oh.
He's looking at you, kid.
Yes. Here comes the baddie.
You said you knew about Ilsa and me. You didn't know she was at my place last night. You did her best to convince me that she was still in love with me. That was all over long ago.
I understand.
Here it is.
Thanks. Welcome back to the fight.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you gotta run.
God bless you.
Goodbye for real.
Well, I was right. You are a sentimentalist.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you just did for Laszlo.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out.
I suppose you know this isn't going to be very pleasant for either of us.
No.
I'll have to arrest you, of course.
As soon as the plane goes, Louis.
Victor Laszlo is on that plane.
Why do you stand here? Why don't you stop him?
Ask Monsieur Rick.
Got a gun pointed at him.
I was willing to shoot Captain Reno, and I'm willing to shoot you.
Bam!
Put it down.
No more warning. Oh.
Major Strasser has been shot.
He shot himself.
Round up the usual suspects.
What? Oh. Bye-bye. Off you go to America.
I could use a trip. If it doesn't make any difference about our bet, you still owe me $10.
I mean...
Our expense. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh, great. There's so many quotes from this movie. Oh my gosh. I didn't know so many came from this. This is the beginning of a great friendship. And then there's Here's Looking at You, Kid. There's so many that I listened to. I was like, oh, this is okay. That's a great movie. I love all of it. I'm honestly so amazed whenever a movie has a lot of dialogue. And this one is like just chock full of dialogue. So yeah, Humphrey Bogart is Rick, which I sort of assumed because I'm like, there's a lot of importance on him, and he's obviously the main character, and so it all made sense in the end. That's really neat to see. It took me a while to really understand what was going on, just because I was like, why don't they just capture Laszlo? This doesn't make sense. Why would you be like, oh, we're just gonna bide our time and see if he escapes? I don't know. I guess I'm not 100% sure how all of it worked, but it seemed that if they arrested him or killed him, it wouldn't look good for the police, for Renault. I'm not 100% sure still, but at first I thought there was some kind of, when she said that she was married, like he was her husband before they met, and I was like, oh, is this about like adultery? And I would be curious why a movie would be so popular with that aspect. Maybe it was different in the 40s. I don't know. But that it makes sense. She thought he was dead, which they said a few times that, he died 5 times, 5 different places, and they were all right. And so it's I think it's really well done, and just the whole development of the story is great. Even just the looks at the beginning, you're like, okay, well, there's something with either Sam and Ilsa, which was like this woman, but it's because they know each other. I do remember them saying that, she's the most beautiful woman, so I thought maybe that's something that would make him turn his head, but not everyone was doing it. So I like how all their lives are sort of like interconnected. I love how Rick and Sam came from Paris. And it's very, very well done because Rick is so completely different when we see the flashback him with Ilsa, and then when he is now, he's just such a grumpy Gus almost, basically. He's never not smiling, and yeah, it's well done. I thought at the end that he would sacrifice himself, which he was ready to, right? To let Laszlo and Ilsa leave. I thought that he would get arrested, and that would be that, which would be a very interesting end to a movie. Because that doesn't happen very often where the main character does get captured. Usually they end up walking away scot-free. So I thought that this was going to be a very, very different kind of ending. But this is also good to see the police, Renault's true allegiance, I guess. Especially this coming out in 1942. I feel like this is a very, very, I don't know if I want to say groundbreaking, but very unique and amazing film. And again, as with like any older movie, I love the time capsule, seeing what things were like back in the 1940s, how people dressed, what their hairstyle was, what their appearances were, what was like in fashion, what was just the way of behaving or acting. And also with American movies that were like in the 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, they have this way of speaking that is very different from nowadays. It's I guess what I think of whenever I think of older movies is that manner of speaking, which is always interesting to hear. One thing that I do know, and I mentioned this during the reaction, is just dying back then was very dramatic, very like grandiose, whereas you don't just get shot and fall down. You have to like have a little bit of a type thing. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's more noticeable. I find it very funny to see just because it looks so weird. I like seeing it just because it's such a different acting style, directing style than I'm used to. All right, it is time for IMDb trivia. So many of the actors who played the Nazis were in fact European Jews who had fled Nazi occupation. So, 1942. Oh, okay, so this is still in the middle of the war. Wow. I knew it was 1942, but it didn't clue in. It makes sense that movies were still being made, but it feels a bit weird that movies were still being made during the war. Oh, I didn't even think of that, but you can't, I guess you wouldn't just put everything on pause. Wow. That's interesting. So Rick's Cafe was one of the few original sets built for the film. The rest were all recycled from other Warner Brothers productions due to wartime restrictions on building supplies. That makes perfect sense. The fact that they have an original set built is impressive. Yeah, I guess you have to make do with whatever you have. You have to make it fit the story or change the story to make it all fit based on what you have at your disposal, which is also a really interesting way of going about making a film. Like if you make a short film, you're like, okay, well, if you have a certain wardrobe or certain set that you can use, then you can try to fit your story around it. That's also a nice little exercise to do. It is never revealed why Rick cannot return to America. I forgot about that. So him not being on the papers, would the transit papers make sense because he actually can't return to America. True. Anyway, so Julius J. Epstein later said that my brother and I tried very hard to come up with a reason why Rick couldn't return to America, but nothing seemed right. We finally decided not to give a reason at all, which is a lot better because if you think of something that doesn't really make sense, it sort of breaks it. But if you don't mention it, then everyone's imagination can run wild. I forgot about that little thing. I wasn't sure at the end if he was going to return, but it felt like he wouldn't return. He would be setting this all up so Laszlo and Ilsa can go. So the first scene that Michael Curtiz and company shot was one of the flashback scenes in Paris, which caused some problems for both Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. So Humphrey Bogart said in his own words, "I'm not up on this love stuff and don't know just what to do." So that's a problem. And Ingrid Bergman was having problems because as the script had not yet been finished, she didn't know whether her character was supposed to be in love with Rick or Victor Laszlo. So Curtiz, who did not know himself, told her to play it in between. I mean, that's pretty difficult. Wow. So the script wasn't finished, they're filming, and they haven't really figured out what they wanted either, because for Ingrid to be like, hey, like, who am I in love with, Rick or Victor? And then they're like, we don't know, just do whatever, play it in between. And so that makes it very difficult, and that's why having a finished script, or at least having a solid outline of your script, would be important. But I mean, it worked out fine. I think it worked fantastically. So in the 1980s, this film's script was sent to readers at a number of major studios and production companies under its original title, Everybody Comes to Rick's. That's not as catchy as Casablanca. Some readers recognized the script, but most did not. Many complained that the script was not good enough to make a decent movie. Others gave such complaints as too dated, too much dialogue, not enough sex. Which just goes to show you how different things are. So that's in the 1980s. That's like 40 years after Casablanca was made. And so just hearing the review be like, yeah, it's not good enough, too dated, too much dialogue, not enough sex. But then again, back then is perfectly fine. So I think it would be very interesting to take scripts that were done, years ago, not tell anyone, I guess it wouldn't work, not tell anyone what script it is, and see how they would rewrite it to fit nowadays as, I guess, film standards. Not standards, just style. Well, that is it for IMDb trivia. I love reading stuff about older movies because everything was super different, especially like 1942. It didn't cross my mind that this was done during the war. Obviously it is, but I was like, I guess in my mind I assumed that wartime there were no movies being made, but again, life still goes on in the countries, and so making movies, entertainment, distractions is good. Especially a movie like this, you have the Nazis being evil people, and so it's very different. They're not going to make a movie about the Nazis being good people during wartime, let's face it. I mean, I certainly hope not. I feel like if that happened, it would not be well received. Again, this was the winner of my joint Patreon and YouTube poll, romance movies. And so I'm glad that it won. It's such a different movie that I'm used to. I've really enjoyed watching older movies. I love the 1940s for movies. It's fantastic. And so I definitely need to watch more of those. And then there's also the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. Every decade has a lot of great movies, obviously, but the 1940s I'm finding particularly enjoyable. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you want to see full-length reactions to everything I watch, you can sign up to Patreon. Also, that's where you get to vote on more polls and possibly win the marble race, where one lucky person a month gets to choose a movie for me to watch. And again, I think it was a fantastic movie. Older movies, love it. 1940s, I'm so curious to see more movies. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.